The final matches of the UEFA Champions League 2023-2024 group stage concluded with exciting games. This also marked the last round of matches to determine the teams advancing to the knockout stage. However, before these matches, only 2 spots in the knockout stage from Groups F and H were yet to be decided. In Group F, the race had to wait until the final minutes to be settled. If Newcastle lost to AC Milan 1-2 at home, PSG would advance after drawing 1-1 with Dortmund. This meant PSG and Dortmund both progressed to the next round. Closing the group stage, English football had only 2 representatives in the UEFA Champions League round of 16 for the 2023-2024 season, namely Manchester City and Arsenal. Meanwhile, in Group H, the decisive match for the last qualifying spot took place between Porto and Shakhtar Donetsk, ending with a 5-3 victory for Porto. This result secured the Portuguese representative a spot in the round of 16. After the matches concluded, the organizers determined the 16 teams advancing to the UEFA Champions League round of 16 for the 2023-2024 season. Bayern Munich, Copenhagen, Group A, Arsenal and PSV, Group B, Real Madrid, Napoli, Group C, Real Sociedad, Inter Milan, Group D, Atletico Madrid, Lazio, Group E, Dortmund, PSG, Group F, Manchester City, Leipzig, Group G, and Barcelona, Porto, Group H. Spain had the most representatives in the round of 16 with 4 teams, all of them finishing first in their groups. Only one La Liga club, Sevilla, was eliminated in the group stage, but this was understandable due to financial difficulties in recent seasons. Last season, fate seemed to have designated Sevilla as the Europa League champions. However, this season, Sevilla did not make it to the competition they once dominated, finishing 4th in Group B. Despite this, Spanish fans can still place their trust in Real Madrid, the reigning kings of the Champions League. Despite injuries, the Galacticos smoothly advanced to the round of 16, topping Group C with a perfect record in all matches. Notably, this marked the 3rd time Real Madrid achieved a perfect record in the group stage, previously in the 2011-2012 season under Jose Mourinho and the 2014-2015 season under Carlo Ancelotti. However, in both instances, they were eliminated in the semi-finals. This season, with the goal-scoring machine named Jude Bellingham, Real Madrid fans are hopeful of breaking that curse. On the other hand, Barcelona, Real Sociedad, and Atletico Madrid, the remaining representatives of La Liga, will not be as highly rated as Real. Regarding Barcelona, the club has long lost its standing in European football, in a group with significant disparities in quality. Facing only Porto, Antwerp, and Shakhtar Donetsk, Barcelona suffered defeats in 2 matches. Additionally, under coach Xavi Hernandez, their domestic performance has been poor, posing a real risk of losing the La Liga title. Barcelona's difficulties lie in scoring goals, especially with Robert Lewandowski, their main striker, struggling to find the net quickly this season. In the current Champions League season, he has only managed to score 1 goal. Real Sociedad unexpectedly leads Group B, consisting of teams of similar caliber but with more Champions League experience, such as Inter Milan, Salzburg, and Benfica. Nevertheless, the Basque team is at the top with the same points as Inter Milan, but a better head-to-head record. This could be the surprise of the season. Lastly, there's Atletico. Besides Antoine Griezmann, the team at Wanda Metropolitano no longer boasts any notable stars. Diego Simeone's defensive style in recent years has also proven less effective in the Champions League. It has been a long time since Atletico breathed the air of the semi-finals. Therefore, it's highly likely that the red and white team will bow out early in the subsequent rounds. Surprisingly, Italy and Germany both have 3 representatives advancing, with all 3 Serie A teams finishing as group runners-up. It's unfortunate for AC Milan, tying on points with PSG but ranking 3rd to the head-to-head results, relegating them to the Europa League. However, the performances of Inter Milan, Lazio, and Napoli are commendable. All 3 Italian clubs will have to face formidable opponents in the next round, so it's predicted that only 1 team may survive. Napoli, currently excelling in Serie A, may need to carefully manage their resources, making it challenging to focus entirely on the Champions League. As for Lazio, reaching the knockout stage might be considered an accomplishment set at the beginning of the season. If any Italian team progresses, it's likely to be Inter Milan. Under coach Simone Inzaghi, Inter doesn't boast many stars but plays exceptionally well. The reigning Champions League runners-up are currently leading Serie A, and no team would want to face Lautaro Martinez and his teammates in the knockout stage. In terms of the Bundesliga, perhaps this is one of the most successful group stage campaigns in the history of the Champions League. As for Bayern Munich, there's no need to discuss them because they will be considered the group stage annihilators. It's hard to recall the last time they were eliminated at this stage. Praise is reserved for Borussia Dortmund. Placed in a challenging group alongside Newcastle, PSG, and AC Milan, three teams not highly regarded, especially Newcastle with their challenging playing style. PSG always sets the goal of winning the title each season. AC Milan reached the semi-finals last season, so a Dortmund that has long participated in the Champions League merely as a contender was initially thought to be at risk of elimination. However, as it turns out, they are the dominant force in this group. Dortmund has already secured a spot in the next round after the fifth round, without needing to wait until the last match. The last representative of the Bundesliga, Leipzig, only suffered defeats in the two matches against Manchester City, which was quite expected. In the remaining matches, Leipzig completed their task by securing 3 points to advance to the next round with a second-place finish in the group. Outside the English Premier League, considered the most exciting competition, only two representatives, Manchester City and Arsenal, made it through, as both Manchester United and Newcastle finished at the bottom of their groups. This marks the first time since the 2011-2012 season that England has only two teams progressing to the round of 16. The reigning champions, Manchester City, appear overwhelmingly dominant and worthy of being the top contenders for this season's title. Pep Guardiola's team effortlessly advanced with a perfect record while playing attractive football. Arsenal, although not flawless, securing the top spot in their group in their first Champions League appearance in 6 years, is still a significant achievement. This morning, Newcastle had the opportunity to follow in the footsteps of two compatriots. They took the lead against AC Milan thanks to Joelinton. However, Newcastle's weak defense, hampered by injuries, collapsed. Assuming Newcastle had won, they would have advanced into a better head-to-head record against PSG, which is regrettable. Nevertheless, Newcastle still had impressive moments, such as scoring 4 goals against PSG. Even without unfair refereeing decisions, Newcastle could have beaten this team twice. Overall, returning to the Champions League after 20 years is commendable. The criticism is reserved for Manchester United. In every match, fans hoped that the players would perform with the mindset that it could be their last Champions League game. The outcome was akin to a dream. If they make it to the next round as group runners-up and face teams like Real Madrid, an early elimination is likely. Saying goodbye early might lessen the pain. In conclusion, the final 4 spots went to Copenhagen, Napoli, PSG, and Porto after the matches on December 12 and 13. In Group A, Copenhagen secured a 1-0 victory against Galatasaray in the final match to advance alongside Bayern Munich. Napoli also won 2-0 against Braga in Group C, securing their place in the round of 16 even though a draw would have sufficed. PSG held hands with Dortmund to progress from Group F after a 1-1 draw in the final match. Porto defeated Shakhtar Donetsk 5-3 in the last match to advance to the knockout stage for the second time. In the round of 16, there are no representatives from Eastern Europe, as Shakhtar had to drop down to the Europa League. Other teams relegated to the second-tier competition include Benfica, Braga, Feyenoord, Galatasaray, Lens, Milan, and Young Boys. The 8 bottom-placed teams consist of Antwerp, Celtic, Crvena Zvezda, Manchester United, Newcastle, Salzburg, Sevilla, and Union Berlin. Once again, this is TD Sports. If you find this video interesting, please support us by liking the video and subscribing to the channel for the latest and most exciting sports news of the day. See you in the next videos.